Now that the first coat has dried on our glass, you can see that it has a pretty good even flow to it. And this one actually turned out pretty great. So I still need to do a second coat to give it that darker red that I was saying earlier. And to do that, I combined the red pepper and the cranberry. The cranberry is very dark, so if you wanted it to be really dark, you could just use this one, but I really wanted it to still have that red look to it. So I actually have some red still on the plate. I might go ahead and add a little bit more just to make sure it's not all dried up, but use a little bit of the red onto the plate and the cranberry. When you pour the cranberry, it almost looks black. That's how dark it is. And just kind of mix it good with the paintbrush. I will say the softer the paintbrush, the easier and better the glass is going to turn out, because it doesn't show the bristle marks as well when it's really soft. So I've got my paintbrush good and coated. And for this, I found that it was easier to, again, have my hand on the inside to where I can hold my glass without getting it all over. And it's not just about getting it on my fingers, I don't mind that so much, but if your fingers are on it, it's going to totally mess up the effect of giving it really smooth on there. So I start from the very brim of the glass and just work my way down. And if you can, really try to make sure that you're going all the way to the end of the glass and pulling off. Because on one of the glasses, I was kind of just going down to where it sinks in right there in the lip of the glass, and it ended up caking onto the very bottom. So just make sure you're starting from the top and then flowing all the way down, and just nice even strokes. Turn your glass as you go. There was a few times that I went too far up to the edge and ended up going down on the inside of the glass, but you couldn't even tell, so don't worry too much about that. And I will say that the lighter you press with the brush, the better as well, because you don't see the lines. When you press really hard, that's when you can see the brush strokes going down the glass. Now I'm almost to an end. I'm meeting up with where I started. And you have your second coat. Now I'm just going to let that dry. Alcohol ink, again, when it's on a thick coat on a plate like this, it takes a little while to dry, but on a glass with just one thin coat, it really dries fast. So I'm going to put that to the side for just a minute and show you how I talked before about saving all of your embossing powder or glitter, whatever it is that you're using. Just kind of get it all up into the middle. Pour the rest into my jar. This stuff really goes a long way. I've made so many jars with this tinsel, and I still have like 3/4 of the bottle left. So it really does last you a while. Now that I've got all that into my jar, we can move on to getting our actual wording onto the glass.